show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What's going on? What's going on, my family? What's going on? Welcome to another brainstorming session, another Mob Wednesday. You guys already know, man, we'll be coming together, bringing different entrepreneurs, different community leaders, different industry experts. So it's pretty much just exchange ideas, develop strategies, and talk about real world business challenges. Today is going to be another special, man. We got a couple special guests. One of them is actually a mob member, my my family, man. So I know she's gonna drop a lot of jewels as usual. Hey, real quick, man, if you tapped in, whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on YouTube, or whether you're watching from Mob TV, make sure you guys blow up that chat, man. Let me see the fire signs. Let me see that love. Let me get that love, man. What's going on? What's going on? You guys already know. If this is your first time, welcome, man. Like I said, this is a platform where we just come together, share ideas, share insights, drop some jewels, and level each other up, man. So, real quick, man, I want everybody to drop their websites, introduce yourself, introduce your business, and follow somebody else while you're at it, man. Follow somebody else's social media, follow somebody else's page. Um, that's where it's at, man. Real quick, I want to give you guys a chance to make sure you guys follow, subscribe, and share our Instagram, share our YouTube page. Make sure you guys share that Mob TV. If you want to actually watch it on television, you guys do have the option as well. And we after the live, man, definitely make sure you guys check out some of our recaps. We got a bunch of different recaps, from event recaps, my brainstormer recaps. We got our standing on business webinar recaps hosted by Mr. Fix It, man, where we dropping a lot of different rules when it comes to financial literacy. And hey, man, just make sure you guys tap in again. Definitely make sure you guys check out our memberships. We got a lot of key features, and we almost halfway through the first quarter, man. So I know it's a lot. I know a lot of you guys are ready to roll out new projects. Revamping, whether you starting a new business, whether you starting a new project, or whether you just revamping your old business. It's really about that time. Spring is right around the corner. Uh, Definitely make sure you guys check out some of our services, and let us know if you guys need any extra hands when it comes to either marketing, advertising, branding, or just developing your company, developing your brand. We got a lot of different services, a lot of different resources for you guys to check out. So I definitely want to make sure you guys, take advantage of that. Definitely also make sure you guys check out our resource center. We got a bunch of different resources when it comes to our ebook, which is called Entrepreneurship Unleashed. We got a lot of different that. We also have a few grants on there as well. I know everybody can use some extra money, so make sure you guys take advantage. It's super easy to apply. Shout out to Skip for all of the amazing work that they've been doing, all of the funding that they've been giving different businesses. I think they're up to about $1 million that they have gave out so far in grants. Every Tuesday and Friday they have a live on YouTube where they give you guys a chance to win some grants. So make sure you guys go ahead and apply, man. We got a few grants, our resource center right on our homepage of our website, right there at the bottom, www.masterourbusiness.com. Also, make sure you guys again TV, man. We got a bunch of great content on there, from exclusive interviews, event recaps, our brainstormer recaps, standing on business webinar recaps. We got some commercials that we shot on there for OtterBox and a few other brands as well. So yeah, definitely check out our work, man. It's gonna definitely inspire you to just do more. That's what we want to do, man. Inspire you guys to do more. Also, make sure you guys check out our Mob merch. Go ahead and get your merch. It's almost that time. Like I said, springtime is right around the corner. So if you ain't got no Mob merchandise, make sure you guys check out our virtual marketplace. and grab you a shirt, grab you some hoodies. We even got shoes on there. We got stuff for the kids, stuff for the babies, our little mob babies. So make sure you guys check out our merchandise. And if you have any merchandise that you guys want to sell on our virtual marketplace as well, let me know so we can get you on there and get you some merchandise and get your products on there as well. Also, we got something special for you guys next month for March Madness, man. When it comes to our standing on business webinars. I was talking to Mr. Fix It, and we decided that instead of doing our standing on business webinars every first Thursday of the month, we're gonna do them every week starting next month. So every Thursday we're gonna do our standing on business webinars hosted by Mr. Fix It. I don't know if he won right now. Shout out to Mr. Fix It, man. He been really consistent with us when it comes to helping us just get our financial literacy up, man, for the most part. So make sure you guys go ahead and RSVP and schedule your appointment, schedule your consultations with Mr. Fix It, man. He ready to help you guys if you need your credit fixed, if you just need some guidance when it comes to getting funding, or just getting your business in the position to get funded. Make sure you guys schedule your consultations with him ASAP. Also, make sure you guys stay on the lookout for our STEM workshops. This is something I'm super excited about. We've been talking about for a minute now. We don't have a lot of STEM initiatives in our communities. We got a lot of networking events, of course, and a lot of a lot of parties going on. But we don't really have a lot of STEM initiatives in the community. So this is something that I'm super excited about. So if you guys know anybody, or if you want to participate in our STEM workshops, if you know any cities or countries that we should come to and host our STEM workshops in, definitely let us know. Matter of fact, throw them in the chat real quick. If you got any cities, what cities and states should we bring our STEM initiatives to? And if you want to participate, also throw that in the chat, man. Let me see something real quick. I definitely want to get you guys involved. All of my community leaders, all my business owners, especially if you're in any one of the STEM fields, if you're in science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, definitely let me know. We're also going to be hosting a content creation segment within that workshop because that's what we do. That's one of the things that we're serious about, staying up to date with our content, making sure that we have all the resources that we need to create the right content to push our company. So make sure you guys stay tuned for the dates and times and locations, man. I'm super excited about that. Um, what else we got for you guys? Oh, can't forget, man. Make sure you guys check out our sponsored affiliates right on our homepage of our website. We just that's what the mob is all about. Community. Nothing without you guys. We nothing without our partners. We nothing without our affiliates. We nothing without our members. So make sure you guys go check out our sponsored affiliates. These are our top affiliates that's been active consistently ever since we've been rocking out. So make sure you guys check them out. Check out some of their websites. You can actually just hit learn more, and they'll take you to their website or their social media page so you can learn more about their platforms, more about their companies. And if you want to become a sponsored affiliate, definitely make sure you guys hit us up or just log on to www.masteringnourbusiness.com/affiliates, and it'll take you straight to that landing page and give you more information about how you can build with us as an affiliate, and actually the different benefits, and it'll also give you a chance to actually apply to become an affiliate, and we'll get right back to you. You should receive a confirmation email to set up a call so we can get you onboarded. And we always looking for like-minded individuals to come on the board and join our community, man. That's what it's all about. And give you guys a chance to build with us and earn more revenue. And for the most part, it's not just about making money with us, but also giving you guys a chance to bring in some of your community. I know every single one of you guys know somebody that's either building a business, scaling a business, or thinking about starting a business. So, this is what it's all about. Creating reliable resources, providing reliable resources for our people. So make sure you guys sign up as an affiliate, and let's get the ball rolling, man. Speaking of that, it is the last Wednesday of the month. If you haven't gotten a chance to enter in our raffle, make sure you take advantage while we're on the live. We will be sending out an email. We will be picking a winner after this live. So make sure you guys take advantage right now. Join our raffle for a chance to win a free membership and some free resources. I know we all can use some free resources when it comes to either creating some content. You might need a website develop or revamp. You might need, you might have a project that you're starting. You might have an event that you have coming up that you may need some help curating, anything like that. So make sure you guys definitely tap in with our raffle and just definitely check out our website. We got a lot of different um, resources, a lot of different information when it comes to our community. So all you got to do is scan that barcode and it'll take you straight to our website. You can check out all of our landing pages, check out all of our content, and check out all of the dope things that we got coming up for sure, man. So it's an exciting year already, man. We got a lot of different, things coming up as far as events and activities. Like I said, we right around the corner from springtime, so you already know. If you already know how we get down, man. When it comes to that weather breaking, we already, been getting the ball rolling when it comes to different events and activities. But it's time to get out in these streets, man. So if you're looking for some events and activities to come out to, and you're looking to get active this year, definitely stay on the lookout. And also join our Instagram broadcast group as well. That'll definitely help you guys stay up to date with some of the things that we got coming up. We're always putting updates and posting different, new information, affirmations, different things like that in our group. Shout out to everybody that's already in the group. I think we got about 120 something people in the group already. And we just been the ball just been rolling, man. It's just been a blessing to have a village and have a community that we have. And today I'm just super excited, man. We got some great special guests coming up. I'm about to bring them up in just a minute. Um, so I'm excited, man. Without further ado, real quick, if you just tapping in live, make sure you guys blow up that chat. Let me see some fire emojis. Definitely make sure you guys post your website, social medias, introduce yourself. Introduce yourself to somebody else. You just never know who you might be able to connect with. And I think that's been, one of the biggest things about our community. We've been, really, connecting, some powerful people together and some powerful things been coming out of that too. So definitely make sure you guys tap in, man. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Chelsea Speaks. What's going on, Adam? Hey, if you guys haven't tapped in with Adam, man, definitely make sure you guys connect with this guy right here, man. He's definitely a great asset and a great dude. Shout out to him and Cece. They actually, starting a new initiative, with the Natural Way 360, the Natural Way 365 Farms. So make sure you guys type in and support that initiative. We're looking for more donations, more people, more partners to join in. We're gonna build this community, another community farm. So make sure you guys tap in, man. ASAP, ASAP, ASAP. Who else we got on here? What's going on, Juan? What's going on? What's going on, Farmer P? What's going on? I appreciate you guys. So I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer, man. I want to introduce our first special guest for the night, Coach Hines. What's going on, Queen? What's going on?
What's up? How are you?
Bless, bless, bless. The marathon continue. We still rolling strong.
For sure. For sure.
I love it. I love it, man. I appreciate you for coming on. I know you got a busy schedule. It's always, I don't take that, for granted, man. It's always good to have people to take some time out and just give a little bit of time back to the community and, drop some gems, and go from there, man. So, we've been building for a minute and it's just been perfect time and divine time. So, I'm
Yes.
finally have you on and finally be able to build with you a little bit more face to face. Well,
Yes. For sure. I've been we've been talking via text and social media, so it's good to put a face to a name live in action.
yes, man, we live and kicking. We still here, man. There's a lot of people that's not. So, you got to be blessed for that, man. We got to take advantage and be servants, man. Be servants to our community, and I think that's the best thing about this platform. We're able to come together, drop some jewels, drop some knowledge, and just give a little bit back, to the community. So that's what it's
For
all about.
sure.
But for those who's under a rock who don't know, give us a quick intro about who Coach Hines is and what you do.
Well, by day, I am an educator, girls basketball coach, as well as a founder of a nonprofit that caters to kids who have a parent that is currently incarcerated, which is my story. Am I lagging? Because I have my headphones in, but I'm. Is that better? Hold on. Is that better? I can't hear you. Let's see. Can you hear me? Yeah, I can't hear you. Let me go back out. Hold on.
You guys already know when it comes to these live streams, you guys already know what's going on. So we can get that together, man. Make sure you guys blowing up that chat. Let me see them fire emojis. If you haven't gotten a chance to, make sure you guys blowing up that chat with your emails, your website, social medias, and all of that good stuff. Can you hear me now? Yes, ma'am. So real quick, no, let's start that intro from the top, real quick. Let them know who you are and what you do. Real
Okay, so my name is Coach Hines. I am an educator. I also coach girls basketball, and I am an advocate for kids who have a parent that is incarcerated, which is what my nonprofit can do. Yeah.
So, real quick, I mean, what really got you into your entrepreneurship journey? What really pushed you into, what was that moment like when it was like, you call okay, I'm about to do this?
Well, I got my first job working at a Title One school. And if you don't know what that is, Title I school is like a public school that's located in a low socioeconomical area. So there were kids that were coming to school with, you know, no soles in their shoes, literally just like shoes and shoelaces. Um, they lacked in a lot of areas, and I was spending my hard-earned money, and I was giving it back to them. Um, so for me, it was like, I can't do this by myself, so I need help. So that's when I uh, created my 501c3, and um, I wanted it to be about what I went through, which was growing up in a single parent home, and sports basically saved my life. So once I was introduced to actually seeing kids, students that did not have or have even playing ground with someone in a better neighborhood, I was like, I have to do something about it. I want to make a stand. I want to be a trailblazer in this area. Yeah, that's what I was. Let me see. No, I don't have anything. It's just my phone. And I have good Wi-Fi. I have 5 bars, and maybe let me turn it down. Is that better? Well, I didn't really care that if there was anyone else out there doing what I was doing. I just knew that I was going to bridge the gap between the incarcerated parent and the child. So the the main thing was, social media. I would make flyers, asking, hey, do you know anyone that's incarcerated that has a kid that plays sports? And it just kind of like snowballed. And I was getting letters from inmates. I mean, I had my big event maybe 3 months later. So as far as marketing, it was word of mouth and just reaching my target audience, which was student athletes, polling them, asking them, hey, do you know anybody that, has a parent that's currently in jail or in prison or whatever the case may be. And honestly, it was probably about 4 out of 10 kids that had a parent incarcerated that I polled.
So how did you go about, working with these different kids and working with these different parents that was or that is incarcerated? What's that process look like?
So one of the things that I provide is every Christmas, my father. So for y'all that don't know that, and you don't know either, but my dad did 27 years in prison. He went there when I was 3 months old and died when I was 27. But he made sure I had a Christmas gift. He made sure he celebrated my every birthday, graduation, prom, all of that. So I am the bridge that allows the father to be able to do that for their daughter. And what that looks like is inmates write to my PO box, and what they do is they write a letter to their daughter. They provide me the address, and I provide a baby doll and the letter that the father wrote to that young lady.
That's super dope. That's super dope. I definitely want to, get us more incorporated with that and get more involved with that because we definitely super heavily involved. I know last year, around Christmas time, we adopted a family, and every year we try to do something to give back. Not even just around the holidays, just with
Yes.
family. So I think that's definitely something I would love to get be a part of and get some of our members a part of, and maybe incorporate a few different things, a few different gifts and different things like that. Because I think that's super important, especially for our community where a lot of us unfortunately is have the same experiences, and sometimes we don't really overcome that. So I think that's super important for the community, and I definitely want to take my hats off to you for doing some great work like that for sure. So
Thank you.
when it came to putting together your organization, what's some of the things that really stood out when it came to getting funding, or how did you go about getting funding for your organization?
Well, when you're going to these corporate organizations, you definitely have to have your ducks in a row. When I say that, I just mean, the paperwork file with the state of that you're in, having your business address, your business phone number, a website, and basically just telling your story without you having to speak. Um, whether that's pamphlets, whether that is your bio, making sure your bio and your social media handles are short and sweet. Um, honestly, like just, I mean, you hit the ground running, but you have to have your ducks in a row. Like you can't, ask State Farm to donate 1,000 basketballs when you don't have a business account, or you don't have an EIN number. I mean, yeah, EIN number, or you don't have your 501c3 paperwork together, or you didn't file your 990 in for that year. So, people that there's trillions, millions and millions of people asking for money. So you just have to be able to stand out. And one thing that I did learn is having your ducks in a row and keeping it short and sweet.
Most definitely.
Why and why and what you need. That's all they want to know. They don't want to know anything else.
For sure, for sure. I love that you say that.
Yeah.
This is something that I touch on a lot, man. Especially, it's so crazy. I was literally just having the same conversation the other day with one of our newest members, and this is something that I always talk. I've been talking about for years. Most people just feel like, well, I got my LLC, and then that's it. But you said some key factors when it comes to having all the other boxes checked off, as far as a user friendly website, a business email, business phone number, address, different things like that. And I think a lot of people, overstep those. And, I think, we all hit the ground running. So we really, kind of, really just don't focus on the other boxes that we need to check off. So I'm glad you brought that up because, they need to hear from somebody else other than me.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
about
And I learned the hard way. I was told no. I mean, I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how to converse that, to the donors that I was asking money from. So, you know, don't be afraid, y'all, to reach out for help. Of course, I have a board, so that's kind of like my support system. But before I created that board, I would, look at one of the a big company nonprofits that I would like study and research was Girls Inc. They're located in Fort Worth, Texas, and if you go to their website, if you've never known anything about them, but if you go to their website, immediately you know what they are doing, their mission, their whole purpose. And so, I just found someone, a company, a nonprofit that was along the lines of what I did, and just mimicked them. That's it. I just copied it. I copied the right cat.
And this is why market research is so important, you guys. This is something that I always talk about as well, like every time. And I think a lot of people, they think about, because I think maybe how I ask it, because when I talk about competitors, most people think about a competition, but it's just
Yes.
seeing who's out here doing exactly what you're doing and seeing what they are doing and what you're not doing. It always helps. You got to do your market research and see what's out here. You get what I'm saying? And this is why this is actually module two. This is something that we touch on early on before we even get to creating a business plan. We got to do our market research, and validate our ideas, because
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing new under the sun. It's always going to be somebody out there that's doing what you're doing. And,
Exactly.
and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we get too much caught up in the competitor world, but at the end of the day, it's always somebody out there that's doing what you're doing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not about that. It's about just learning. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Adapting to what's
Yes.
going on. So I think that's super important. And that's something that we always do before we even get to, creating business plans for our members. Is do the market research. See who's out here doing what you're doing, and they may spark some new ideas. They may spark something, and it's a great way to separate yourself from the competition as well, so you can see what they're doing and see how you can put a little twist on it, and put your own twist on it, your own spice on it. So that's
Exactly.
a key factor for sure. I'm glad you brought that up because I think a lot of people pride be in the way. They don't want to even think about the competitors. They don't even
No.
want to think about other people, but you have to, man. It's super
Yes.
important. And
Always be a student.
mhm. Go ahead, Queen.
No, I was just going to say, always be a student. I tell my athletes, especially my seniors that have already signed, that they signed their the beginning of their senior year or whatever, or verbally committed or whatever, and they feel like, oh, the work is done. I don't have to really perform. I don't have to like work hard. But I'm like, no, what you do now is going to separate you from your competition. which is the girl that plays your same position in college that you're going to go compete for. So either you can start now working or continue to work, or you're going to work, you're going to guarantee to work harder once you get to college and see what you're working up against. So I always tell my girls, like, know who you're going up against at all times. Like, you have to know your opponent.
You got to, and you got to remain a student to the game as well.
Hmm.
That's something that's super important. Once you're not doing that, it's over with because the game
Yes.
is steady adapting. It's steady. It's always new players coming in. And there's always new climates that you got to overcome. So I think that's super important to stay, to remain a student to the game, man. So I don't care if you've been in the game 20 years. It's something that I've been telling, as a business to start. I work with a lot of companies that's already established as well. And for some reason, they feel like they don't have to remain a student to the game. Some, not all of them, but some of them, feel like they already got it. They already got it figured out. And I think the pandemic, really showed us that none of us got it really figured out. We always got
None of us.
to adapt,
None
and
of us.
I think that was the beauty about that time where everybody
Hmm.
had to sit down and go back to the drawing board, and it really validated, because this is something I've been talking about before the pandemic, really started, but it really validated that, because people, that's been in the game that I knew personally that been in their industry for 20 plus years had to also sit down and go back to the drawing board. And
Oh yeah.
now we in the new millennium. Some of them didn't make it through that time, and some of them polished up, and now they're better off. So I think
Yeah,
that's
for
so.
sure.
What schools are you working with right now specifically?
So, like, where do I work? Like, where do I coach at?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I work for Crandall ISD, um, and I'm the varsity assistant there. I actually just took an offer to work for Red Oak ISD girls basketball, doing strictly being over the defensive side of the girls basketball. So when it comes to like marketing, I kind of think about it as like, defense on the court. Um, basically, not really exposing, but like picking through my competitors or my competition's slogan and making it my own per se. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
I
This is your
love
number 10 for me, I, and I am just as excited as I was year one. I love it. I know this is what was called to do, which is why I started the nonprofit. Because when you're an educator, we have what we call Teachers Code of Ethics. So there are a lot of things that I can't do um, while I'm at school, um, but I can because I'm under the umbrella of my nonprofit once I'm off of campus.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think you definitely gave me a highlight. When you said marketing is like defense.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm using that for sure. I'm using that. You hit that right on the head. So what's your most memorable moment as a coach, or as a nonprofit holder? What's one of your most memorable moments?
I can tell you exactly. It was 2020. Um, no, 2018. I started at Irving High School, um, and it was this young man by the name of Anthony Union. He's my son now. Like I haven't legally adopted him, but like you know, he's been around since 2018. Um, and he's an all around. He was an all around athlete, but he wouldn't go to school. Like he wouldn't go to class. Like he would come to school, but he would just be in the hallways, wouldn't do his work. Da, da, da. And so the boys' head coach saw me praying for my girls, and he was like, "Hey, Hines, let me talk to you for a second." And I'm like, "Okay, what's up? What's up?" He's like, "Man, I got this young man on my team. He has no direction, kind of rough home life. I really think he needs a female positive figure in his life." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." Um, so he introduced him to me. And immediately, he had his guard up, and I said, "Hi, young man. My name is Coach Hines." He said, "Hi." I said, "Can I pray for you?" And he said, "Sure." We prayed, and from that day on, anything that I asked him to do, he did. Now it wasn't easy. Now I still had to go find him in the hallway and take him back to class. But once I did, he stayed in class. But he was a three-time senior.
Wow.
Seniors graduated at 17, 18, right? He
Right.
was getting ready to turn 20. If he would have failed, he was going to turn 21 the June of his senior year.
Wow.
Yes. So anyway, I worked with him. I stayed after school with him. Him and his mom and I had a great relationship, and I got him graduated. Like, I didn't do any of the work for him. I didn't finagle the system. Now I modified it for him because I'm a special education teacher. So I modify and accommodate students that have intellectual and cognitive disabilities. And so, like, the work the teacher gave me, I broke it down for him so that he could understand it. So, I mean, he did it, and I never will forget when COVID hit. He had four tickets, and I didn't get picked to go to graduation, to work the graduation, so I couldn't attend because of COVID. Do you know that he gave me one of the four tickets to come because he said, "Without you, Coach Hines, this wouldn't have been possible." So that has been that's what pushes me to keep going in education and in my nonprofit. Like, that story alone. And when he calls me and tells me his success stories, like, I got my welding license. He's just now got his CDL probably about 6 months ago. So, I mean, he's. I wish he would have went to college to play football and basketball, but he didn't. But he's thriving in other areas, different
Yeah.
ways.
That's
So, yes, that's it right there.
That's beautiful, man. I think, and that's what it's all about, man. Being a servant to somebody else, and really, taking the time out, to pass on those blessings and, do God's work. I think that's super important for us to do. Whether you're a business owner, a community leader, whatever it is that you're doing, I
For
think
sure.
that's the key. Doing something for somebody else, helping somebody else. That's the cheat code right there. And I think that's beautiful. And I think we all need that. I talk about this a lot. And this is really one of the reasons why I'm so excited about our STEM workshops because we in a time where especially for the youth, they're different. They're these schools and these institutions are trying to teach them on a 80-year-old curriculum, and they can't learn like that. We don't have any new ways, and we wonder why the kids are not interested in these curriculums. They're not interested going to school. They're not interested in going to class. And I end up being one of those type of people. Once I got into college, like I started to really see like, man, this is all some. This is a scam. They not really in it to really teach us to thrive. They teaching us to be workers.
Yes.
It is what it is.
Yes. And which is why I made sure to praise, him by saying he's not doing what I thought he should have been doing, but he's thriving in other areas. And just to kind of piggyback on what you said about the curriculum, and it's not even so much the curriculum, it's the mindset that these teachers who have been in education for, I'm just going to say 20 plus years, 'cause even 20 years ago, is natural progression. Um, and the reason why I'm so successful with the kids that I deal with, the bad actors, the wannabe game doughboys, the batos, whatever, is because I meet them where they're at. Like, I'm not judging you. I'm not pointing the finger at you. Look, I've been the same situation you've been in.
Yes.
You know, now that's the part that I have to save until I get into the nonprofit role because I can't give them my testimony, like my real testimony, because it
Yeah.
goes against code of ethics, which is why I started my nonprofit.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I mean, and that's it's crazy that you even have to do that, well, because we have to be able to connect with these kids and connect
Hmm.
with them. And I used to be ashamed to talk about my past as well until it got to the point where once I started talking about my past and I started to give my testimonies, I started to see the change and I started to see us really connect and so many doors opened up. So it's definitely something important that we have, especially for the youth. They can see right through a fake. They can see
Oh
right through
yes,
it
yes,
easy.
yeah.
They
That's
very.
why you two things kids love: consistency and structure.
Hmm.
They love, no matter how defiant they are towards it, they love it. They desire that because they
Yeah,
don't. I mean, they're kids. They don't know. They can't make big people decisions. They can't make decisions that you and I make. So
yeah,
they. I mean, they have to have it. And no matter if you poll kids and tell them, "Do you like structure?" They're going to tell you not. 80% of them are going to say yes.
definitely, definitely, definitely. And hey, we got to it take for people like us to do it, man. We gonna do it. It's so many, and we're in the best time right now because there's so many different platforms that we have now, that we can utilize to reach them. Like our live stream, social media
Hmm.
is a big thing now. Podcasts, webinars, different things now that we can utilize to really touch the next generation. And that's something that I'm excited about doing with the mob and with our upcoming workshops. It will be all ages. So we're trying to get the little ones in there, and so far we've worked with younger entrepreneurs as young as 5 years old, and I'm seeing the difference. And I'm seeing those seeds
Yes.
being planted, and we got to plant those seeds super early. Just like my people did for me, and so forth and so forth. I was one of the water bottle boys selling water bottles, selling candy in school, and and so forth and so forth, and that that sowed that seed for me to be an entrepreneur and be able to go through different things that most people can't go through because it's hard being an entrepreneur.
Oh
It's not.
yes.
I know
Yeah.
everybody on social media want to make it look like it's all glitz and glam. It's they having a great old time, but it's super hard. It's harder than actually having a 9 to 5.
Hmm.
So I always give my utmost respect to anybody that's just making it in this economy, and at the same time giving back to somebody else. So
Yeah.
big ups up to you, man, and I definitely want to do our part to really just be a part of what you got going on for sure. So I got
Yes.
one last question for you. We kind of spoke on it earlier, especially when it came to really kind of meeting them where they at and talking about your testimony. What legal or ethical dilemma have you encountered in your business journey, and what did you learn from
So um my I didn't really like it wasn't like trouble, but my bookkeeper, my accountant, um I was using my business debit card as a personal card, just swiping it, just you know. And so like the first I think like 45 days, like she didn't say anything. And then like once it got time, close to the quarter to end, she was like, "Hey, and my accountant is my sister.
it?
She was like, "Hey, are these business purchases?" And she's like, and I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, so she like highlighted it and sent it over to me, and I'm like, "No, I was at work and I just bought lunch." And she was like, "No, you can get in
Right,
really big trouble for that."
and get these socks on. Like, what's these socks?
Yes. So like yeah. So like you cannot use your business account as if it's a personal account. Like you have to pay yourself and that's it.
I think a lot of business owners and a lot of entrepreneurs go through the same thing. We was actually just talking about this a couple of weeks back with Jamie Perez. She was on from the West Coast, and I think that's one of the things especially when it comes to taxes, man, because the feds they don't play. They gonna come down on you. They're gonna come for their money. They don't care.
Yes.
So I think that's something that's real big that all entrepreneurs need to learn. Really within that first year, separate it, separate.
Yes.
Pay yourself,
Yes.
pay yourself. So that's a good.
Yeah. And it doesn't have, well, let me say this. For nonprofit, there's a cap on how much you can get paid, but if you're just in a regular LLC, you can pay yourself as much as you want. as long as whatever you have left over can sustain your business, if that makes sense.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. That's huge. That's big. I appreciate you, Queen, for sure, man. Real quick,
Yes. Thank you so much. It was an honor. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
yeah, most definitely. Real quick, let them know where they can find you and how they can support your initiatives, and let them know your website for sure.
Okay. So my website is iamreverse.org. My Instagram is underscore I am reverse. And follow, share. If you want to support my Cash App is Reverse18. And just real quick, Reverse is just a synonym for not going down the same road that my parents went down. Oh my God. Thank you so much, M.O.B. Mob. You are the bomb. Thank you for everything. Like, if you, the services, like, whatever your business is lacking or needing, or even an upgrade, contact the mob. They are amazing, 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 and very professional.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate you, Queen. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do. You just inspired me, put some fire under me for sure. Just right up my alley because it's all about giving back and really tapping into those who really need it, man. And the truth is
Going into the July.
let's do it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. You got me even more excited now. So, hey, man, hey, if you enjoyed that, if you enjoyed Coach Hines, man, drop the fire signs in the chat, man. Make sure you guys go follow her website. Go check out her initiative. Go follow her Instagrams on everything. And go support, man. And be on the lookout for some of the projects that we got coming up as well, man. We got a lot of things coming up. So real quick, man. Let me see them fire signs in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So I don't want to hold you guys up, man, too much longer. I got another special guest, one of our mob family. This woman is just absolutely amazing. One of the strongest women, I know in my life, and I'm all about strong women, strong individuals in general, but strong women. It's just something about strong women. I ain't gonna lie, man. The women got it on lock, man. Like I don't know what's up with the fellas, but the women got it on lock when it comes to just being on their business, mastering they crafts. I don't know what's going on, what's in the water, what's in the air, but the women just got it on lock. But I want to bring up our next special guest, Lady Lydia. What's going on? What's going on, Queen? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Family, what is going on?
Bless,
Oh my
peace,
gosh.
peace and
That
blessings.
was
It's always
such a great intro, brother. Thank you.
nah, this is. I mean, it's real. Like you've been, wowing me since we first, met, and it just been from day one. We was like, yeah, we locked in for sure. Back when we was having our brainstorming sessions in the warehouse. So you
I
know,
know.
it's super. It's just great to see all the great things that our community got in store, and that our community is doing. Um, and I know you got some great things that you got going on. So, for those who's, under a rock, clearly, give them a quick intro about, who you are and what you do.
So, what's up, my family? So, I am Lady Felidia, also known as Sage in the community as well. I am a little bit about, I'm first and foremost, um, I'm your sister, I'm your brother, I'm you. That's most important. I'm a mom, a philanthropist, educator, urban farmer, uh, activist, um, poet, author, event planner. At some point, I guess I do a lot of that as well. Um, yeah, but really, I'm really just here to serve, in the best way that I can.
And you doing
Honestly.
it, you doing it, you doing it, you doing it. So, man, what really give us that journey? Like, how man, how did you even get into this industry that you're in, with your nonprofit and, just as a community leader, what started you on that journey?
So first I'm gonna have to say it's not my nonprofit. That's first and foremost. It is it belongs to us, it's ours. And I was so blessed as far as the nonprofit part of it to come into a beautiful vision that was already started. So that was started by my good brother, Farmer P, who you shouted out in the beginning of the call, and my great brother, Third, who I think is still on here. I don't know. I hope he's still on here, but I saw Brother Third talking while Coach Hines was on. So much love. I'm so excited about Coach Hines, y'all. Like you don't even know. Um, and just really getting excited about life again is really what brought me back into the fold. I went through some health things, and it was really during that time that spirit really just dug into me and lit that fire within me. And once that happened, like literally, when I tell y'all spirit, like I don't care what y'all want to call it, God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, like spirit, the communication is there. And like spirit was like, listen, you have to like, you got to get out into the world and you got to do something that is going to help you stay alive. And so, what I did was I really went out into my community, is what I did. And it started with music, me, just really looking for music to help uplift my spirit. And then that brought me to the West End, and the West End brought me to the capital. And the capital brought me to room full of urban farmers that were looking to get different laws passed around us being able to, and I mean us being able to grow not just hemp but also cannabis, and really capitalize in that industry here in Georgia. It's a field that's heavily regulated. So once I really stepped back out into life, it was really me going out into that room that sparked everything else. That sparked everything else. I met Farmer P there. I met some other great farmers there. I met the wonderful individual Alexis Harris of Harris and Associates. Um, Definitely got to link her in because I think she's definitely an individual that you should have on the platform. She's doing some great things when it comes to getting laws passed for us around how we are just really able to control industry, and what we do and how we contribute, make money. So yeah,
Yeah,
it
most
was really
definitely.
spirit just pushing me back out into life and being able to connect with people
Let's
is what
definitely
brought
get her
me
on,
into this
man.
field.
Let's definitely bring her on, man. You're getting so much love in the chat, man. Throw some fire signs in the chat if you love
Where the
Sage, man.
love?
She's just such a
Where the
beautiful
love? I love y'all. I don't know who in the chat, but I love y'all.
for sure, for sure, man. So real quick, man, tell us about, because when I first heard your story, it was super, it was super powerful, man. And I think, we need to hear more positive stories about conquering. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that was one of the words that really stuck out to me when, a lot of people say survivors, but you a conqueror, man. And you
we ain't
know,
surviving shit. We ain't doing that. Yes.
for
Yeah, we're
sure. So
conquering.
without going
Yeah, and
all the way into it, give me a little bit of your journey when it came to, conquering your health, journey and
yes.
that transition.
You know, you did an event with me. You were at the beginning of really helping to start telling the story. And that was so powerful. You just have no idea. And you continue to do that with me. So I'm so grateful and thankful. But and we'll go through it real quick. In 2022, I was diagnosed with like triple negative breast cancer. It was like it was stage three. Actually, I think I said stage two. It was stage three, and it was very aggressive. I always tell the story like when I had given a speech. I said that they told me that the cancer was aggressive, and I told them that like so was I. also. So let's get it. Let's see what we got to do. But in those first moments though, I didn't feel strong. I didn't feel tough. I felt fear. I felt afraid, and I looked at everything that I had, going on, and initially I really um, saw how easy it would be to give up. How easy it would be to just go with the program that everybody had set up for you. You didn't even know about it.
Mm.
And but what shifted and what changed, what was so important and powerful, you talk about the women and them having it together. But what was most powerful for me was like really remembering the strength of all, like, my family, the people that came before me. I'm a lot of Native American, um in my family. My aunt had just died like the year before from cancer, and she was extremely influential and powerful, within my life. And it was really like those voices that let me know, like, I can't give up. And then I have like these two amazing, beautiful souls that I'm blessed to guide in life. And they were, everything. Like, I was just like, all right, we got to make a decision. And I had told them too. I was like, y'all, we not going to sit around and cry about this. Like, do y'all want me to die or what? What we trying to do here? If Do
Right.
we want to live? What do we want to do? And I remember asking them that. And they was like, no, we want you to live. I was like, okay, me too, damn it, me too. And so one of the most powerful things was really my mindset, you guys. It was really my mindset, my heart set, and my determination to say, like, I'm gonna live, and not only am I gonna live, but I'm really just gonna get out the way and let spirit guide me to what needs to happen next.
So I'm gonna
And
skip a couple questions. I'm gonna skip a couple questions real quick, man, because you brought up mindset, and it's something that just kept coming up. Especially in these last few months. I've been really diving deep into a lot of mindset audiobooks. I've been sending you guys some, and
love
even
it.
on our brainstorming sessions, we've been talking about mindset a lot. How has your mindset evolved as a leader, and what practices do you incorporate to maintain a positive spirit?
I was hoping you was gonna ask me that question. I love that question. Okay, because so I love this question because in the last couple of months, I've had to grow so much as a leader. Um, the first thing was really allowing myself to really own that role, and step into it and stop asking for permission to be that which I already am. So that was, number one. And it's one thing for people to see a thing in you and to say a thing, but it's a whole nother thing for you to really step into that and own that and say, like, all right, this is my responsibility. I'm not just responsible for me, I'm responsible, for other people and to other people. uh, so I think, like, taking time in the morning before I deal with anybody else. I deal with God. I deal with it, which God is, me, same. It's one and the same. And so I take that time to really be with me, to listen. Like, what is spirit downloading? What are they saying? You know, um, what energy am I feeling as I wake up? Where was I just at? What just happening while I was traveling, that's coming back with me. A little bit of those things. So taking that time in the morning, and then uh, self-reflection at the end of the day, which is all about accountability. Um, and it's all about being honest with yourself about where your shortcomings are, where you still need to grow at, and also, like, really congratulating yourself too, because I don't do enough of that sometimes. Like, it's my great people around me, my farmer peas, my, President Asheen, my brother Third, who's always like, Big Mama know what she doing. She got you. She got you. You in the right place. Anytime I'm ever, it's really, it's all of that as far as being a leader in that aspect. um that kind of helped keep me grounded. But taking time to be quiet, to be still, to be by yourself, so that way you can really see clearly, as a leader, and self-reflecting, for sure, to make sure that you're being the right kind of leader, that you're also following the same stuff you want somebody else to follow, I mean.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I agree. I agree. It's definitely something I've been working on, doing better at, really taking out time for myself. Because sometimes, as an entrepreneur, I just wake right up and get right to it. I might wake right up and get right into a meeting, especially, whether it's virtual or whatever the case may be. But that's something that I've definitely been, doing a lot more, really meditating and taking more time to myself, meditating and praying. And I definitely see the difference, man. So this is something that I've been talking about for the last few weeks, for the last few months actually. I was one of those ones that was just like, look, I pray, but meditation, like I don't really believe in meditation. Like what we
And
doing? But me trying it
right.
and really taking it serious, I definitely see the difference. And hopefully my people, and I think me as a businessman as well as definitely enhance as well and enhance everything about me. So I think that's super important. Real quick, man, because I know
Oh,
you've been
no.
a lot of great things in the community. What's your most memorable interaction that you've had, and how did it impact your approach? When it comes to your business and your nonprofit.
I don't know why I felt like you was gonna ask that one too. I really did. And I don't it's that's so difficult because to choose one that is most memorable, like I just like Um they're all memorable. Like I have to say probably like this one family that I met when I was still a part of New Era Atlanta. Shout out to New Era Atlanta. If you guys, still follow them on Instagram, you better stay tapped in. They're always doing some great stuff out in the community. So that's always love. But when I was a part of New Era Atlanta, I met um, this family when I was doing a collaboration event with another great sister of mine, Sister Sunday Jones, that I talk about often on here. I got to pull her on too. But she has a foundation that's very similar to Coach Hines' foundation. So she has a foundation called the Prison Brat Foundation. And with that foundation, it's a very similar, type of thing, like helping families stay connected through incarceration and helping them after, even figure out life as well. And we had done this event that was called an art like therapy and poetry session, which was all about self-expression, physical expression through art and color. And on the way there, Sunday had passed this lady that was in a wheelchair with like her, I think her like two children that were just on a corner. They weren't really at a bus stop or anything like that, and they weren't really waiting for anybody. But to make a long story short, she ended up bringing that family to our event. And when I initially walked past this lady, you know how you guys be like, "Oh, something told me to, or something told me not to go down that street, but I went anyways, and then them dudes tried to rob me." I don't know what happened to y'all, but what I'm saying is, some so you'd be like, "Some told me." So I had walked past her, and Spirit had said, like, remember, like, remember her, like, tap in. So I just turned to her and I smiled, and she smiled at me, but it was so much in her smile. At the end of that event, she pulled me aside and asked me if she could talk to me. Of course, I said yes. And she asked me for some help. She asked me if I could like maybe like find some way to bring them some food or some groceries. And I really didn't tell anybody at this event that I do what I did with New Era, which was bringing food, bringing groceries to different neighborhoods and telling them about how what we do and how we help families. But somehow or another, she kind of knew that, so she asked me, and I got their information and told her that I would help. And so maybe like a couple days went by. Me and my team from New Era, we were able to put together about 10 bags of groceries that we took over to that family. And I gave them my number. And the son from the family, who was about 16 years old, I just remember how angry he was, very similar to Coach Hines' story. When I met him, he was wearing a pair of those like Yeezys, I want to say the ones that got the holes all in them, but they weren't Yeezys. They were like the ones from Walmart, and they had been broke, like they were falling apart so much so that he had to like weave laces in between the holes that were still intact to keep him on his feet. And he was 16 years old, you know what I'm saying, which means like he was in high school,
Yeah,
like he got to go to school every day like that. And
they rough.
his are rough,
They rough.
like his are rough. So like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably say like being able to be blessed enough, just to bring it on back home, being able to be blessed enough to be of service in any way, shape, form, or fashion, in any capacity. Any time that you could be a light in somebody else's life, like for me, you know what I'm saying? That's what'll keep me, coming back and keep me involved. Um, Super, super important. There have been many, many times, but that one just stands out. He'll still contact me to this day. Sometimes he'll ask me to send him an Uber so he could get to school. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, but whenever he asks, I just try to be there.
I love it. I
Um,
love it, man. That's why you blessed, Sage. That's why we all love you, Sage, for sure. We all need to be that light, man, at the end of the day.
I love y'all.
Um, so real quick, man, I want to talk about scaling and growth. What key factors contribute most to your business growth, and how did you identify and capitalize on that opportunity?
The team. I'm just gonna go with my team. Um, Alone, I can get distracted. I have so much happening, I can forget. You clearly know that. But I'm gonna say like my team, first of all, knowing that I have one, that we are one, that we're more than a team, like like with the mob, we really end up being a family. Um, and being able to recognize each person's superpower and allow them to just be that and stand in that light, and reaching out when when you need the help. So we have a couple of different parts to our team, and each person has their focus that they're really good at. And by allowing people to do what they're great at, it really helps to grow your business. It really helps to scale things because you're not wasting time, you're not wasting energy, you're not wasting resources. And so, yeah, I would say my team, man, and to have a checks and balance system, to have somebody say like, hey, you were supposed to do such and such. Where's my email? Where's my this and that? Um, is extremely helpful. I feel like that's extremely powerful.
Super powerful, super powerful. I always talk about accountability partners, and it's super important, to have those people that's gonna keep you on point. We all need it. I don't care how long you've been in business or how much money you got, whatever the case may be. We all need that accountability partner. We all need a village, man. That's what it's all about. That's what the mob is all about. So real quick, man, I don't want to hold you up all night because I can really just vibe with you all night for sure, man. Throw them fire signs in the chat, man. If you loving Sage, man, if you can vibe all night with us, I ain't gonna keep y'all all night, but I just want to see that love real quick.
Let's
But
see. And then y'all
go ahead.
don't forget, it's about to be fire season right now. It's about to be fire season. We
Yes,
coming
ma'am.
up on March. Okay. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So real quick, what's some advice that you would give somebody that's building a foundation or a business or that's working on a project?
Okay. So I'm gonna do that, and then the last part I want to just tell you guys about some of the great things that we have going on to tap into before we go too far. If you give me a moment for that. So if you're building, I want to go back to what Coach Hines spoke about, which is your foundation. Having your foundation in order, having your paperwork in order, having your business plan together, understanding your whys, understanding like what are you going to actually need in order to create this vision, and just some of it. You don't need all of it, because there's a part of the magic that really God is going to take care of for you, but you got to give God a structure to come into and push this thing forward. You got to really give that. And so having that structure, Sometimes when you first start out, it's just you. You don't necessarily have a team, but if you create that plan and that vision, then it's gonna draw the people to you that you need. Which is how we all ended up here today, not by accident, you know. And when those people are drawn, um, to you, then you are able to share that vision for them to then participate in that vision, and then it continues to grow. So I feel like in scaling anything is the foundation, making sure that that's in place. And so, with that, we have spent within our organizations, Noble Shungite Farms. You can check us out on our website, Noble Shungite Farms Inc. .org. We are doing, just wonderful things that I'm super excited about. We have had the blessing of being able to teach in a couple of schools and create farming programs and composting programs that are going to run until May and hopefully get funded to continue on next year. And those are programs that the mob is actually going to be helping us to tell the story for. So I'm super excited about that with the Panola Way project as well. I don't know if you spoke about that live, but I'm about to do it right now. Um, so that's a project where we are going to be not just building out grow beds, but really teaching the students how to grow, teaching them about water and about consciousness and energy. And that is a whole STEM program. So if you haven't checked out the Mob STEM landing page, please take a minute to go check that out because it's extremely powerful. It's really what we should be doing. Brother, you spoke a little bit about and Coach Hines spoke about the classrooms and about teaching content that is like 80, it's actually over 100 years old at this point. And it's extremely outdated. And we could sit around and talk all day about what we don't want. But what's most powerful is to create a vision for what we do want. And that is what we are doing. Um,
Man, super powerful. And what we
yeah,
need, we not only want what we need, we want to, we need to really change the narrative and change the stigma, change the system. What we've been coming up on, what we know. Because, hey, we in a whole new millennium. Real quick, man, let them know where they can find you once again and what you got coming up with one more time.
absolutely. So, I have a lot of things coming up with our nonprofit, with Noble Shungite Farms. We are beginning our spring and summer classes, which I'm super excited about. Those classes will be held between three locations. You can check out our website for all the updates on that. I'm not going to go through it all here. But those classes will be taught by some of the greatest urban farmers around Atlanta, and we hope to kind of rotate a few. Our great farmer P, our brother Third, our great partnership with Healing Hipster Jasmine Herndon. I have not ran this by. I'm about to put it out here because that's just how fire people do. For my sister Cece, but I'm gonna need her to come through and do a class or two. But it's really just us opening up classes to the community, to anybody that wants to get involved, to teach them about how to grow food, how to create compost, how to make money doing it, how to can, how to anything you could think of. If you're on a patio, if you're in a backyard, if you need to grow some out of your trunk, whatever, we want to we want to help you figure that out. So we have classes coming up, excuse me, for that, volunteer opportunities. We started a composting program that we're going to be kicking off. So you can check out our website for information on where to show up for that. And then for my own self personally, this is more so of a sage type of event. I have started back my spirit walks, or our spirit walks is really what I'm going to call them. They're called Remember Me Spirit Walks. And these are our walks that we take to remember how to connect to energy, how to control and manage and move our energy. When we talked about meditation a little bit while ago, and like how do you prepare to get ready to, ready for your week, ready for your day, ready to be a leader. It's really about remembering the connection to spirit and source, which is all powerful, and we have it at our fingertips every day. We just kind of forget that we do. So taking these walks, having conversations, learning really ancient sacred geometry practices that help to align our energies to the natural frequency of the earth and help us be in alignment with all the changes that are happening and going on. Those would be like once a month. And you can check out my Instagram, sage_n_silver, for more information about that. And our Instagram, Noble Shungite Farms Inc., Agricultures United, as well, for any updates on everything that we have going on out in in the community. If you want to donate to the schools that we are helping out at to continue those efforts, that's Emma Hutchinson, as well as the Boyce Ansley School, as well. I'm not going to say again. So you already know it is the mob. We are mastering our business. We are mastering our souls. We are mastering communication. We are mastering entrepreneurship. We are mastering supporting each other and seeing each other win. If you need anything, any media, any marketing, if you need a story told in the best way, reach out to the mob. If you need branding, if you need to just put a spiff on something new, call the mob.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I love you, man. I love everybody that's just been joining us and supporting the movement so far. I love you, Sage, man, so much. Man, I appreciate you taking out the time to get on here and motivate us and talk about some of the great things that you've been doing. And I mean, I love you, Coach Hines, man, for coming on here, doing the great things that you've been doing. Everybody that's been tapping in, every single week with the mob. Hey, man, it's only up from here. This is what we're doing. We building. Every single week we have a magical brainstorming session, and I just be so blessed, man, to even be associated with you guys, and be able to to hear the wonderful things that you guys been doing, and be able to be a part of it, man. So you guys continue on doing God's work, continue on pushing the stigma and doing these great things, man. We're gonna keep repping you guys and keep letting the world know about these wonderful things that we got coming on, and that's going on out here. It's a hard time right now. It's so much negativity out here, man. So we got to shed this light on the positive, things that we got going on. It's super positive, man. Real quick, man, if you enjoyed the brainstorming session, let me see them fire signs in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys always tapping in. Also, man, I really want you guys to DM us if you have any questions or concerns. Um, you know, either from this session tonight or any one of our past sessions. If you want to schedule a consultation with us, let us know so we can send you that link and get a time scheduled. Real quick, I want to leave you guys with another assignment. It's actually going to be the same assignment this month. Everybody know this is the second month, so we're in module 2, which is market research and idea validation. So I want to make sure you guys have a chance to do some great things. So I want to leave you guys with this assignment, which is I want you guys to research and assign a ideal customer. I want you guys to map out what demographics that customer come from, what type of interest they have, what pain points they have, what buying behaviors they have. Really get into your market research. Also research your competitors, right? Research the people that's doing the same thing or similar around you in your same industry, and see how you can put a twist on it, man. And send us some of those ideas. Send us what you guys come up with, so we can kind of highlight you guys on the next brainstorming session. I don't want to hold you guys up too much longer. Make sure you guys like, share, follow all of our platforms, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or go right onto our website at www.masteringOurbusiness.com. Man, I love you guys, man. Continue on being great. And I'll see you guys next time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.